I played at the PPG Regional Qualifier on Sunday. I went X-2 with Red Omnimon, and instead of coming in top 16, my back points were poopy, and I came in 19th place because I lost round 7, which would have put me in top 8, but just got screwed. And we'll talk about the deck change I want to make to counter that, because it's maybe my bad. Hopefully you guys enjoy the deck profile, and let's talk about it. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. As I said, we played on Sunday, the regional qualifier with Pro Play Games, and we played Red Omnimon. I played Red Omnimon because I felt like it was the best counter Tier 1 deck to what was going on in the meta, being the sudden influx of red-yellow control. And to be honest, the deck did perform really well, despite losing 2 rounds. And I'll talk about those 2 rounds after the deck profile, along with the rest of the matchups, so you guys can get a general idea what happened. This deck is a little different than the last Red Omnimon deck profile, so definitely pay attention, and hopefully you learn something, and hopefully you can help me learn something, because this deck is far from perfect in my opinion. I didn't have time really to playtest this deck, but I think there's room to be made. I'm going to talk about what I think could improve, but leave it in the comments if you're experienced with the deck, and tell me what you would change. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell into smashed potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon profiles do come out. And with that, we're going to go right into the deck. Like always, we start with the babies. 4 Digimon, 1 Koromon. This one gives you plus 1,000 if you have a full stack from 2 to 6 or 3 to 7. This one gives you 1,000 if your opponent has 5 or more cards in trash. This one comes up more often. This one's nice to have sometimes, and that's kind of how it is. Those are our babies. Now, we play 13 level 3s, which is a little different than last time. We're playing 4 Agumon from the starter deck, the inheritable plus 1,000. It's invaluable. We're playing 2 the Biomon that says gain a memory if it's deleted on your turn. That actually came up a lot. I almost want to play more because of how much that came up and how much I was able to choke an opponent because of this or make a big power play because of it. Really good card. And then we played a total of 7 guys that have 3,000 DP that cost 2 to play. I thought that was the perfect ratio. I always saw them. You know, they were always kind of there, except for when they weren't, when I bricked. But, you know, if I wasn't bricking, I was seeing these guys a lot. I don't think I'd make any changes to the rookies, to be honest. I might swap one of these, another Biomon or something, but besides that, I like this lineup a lot. I had no issues with it during the tournament. I bricked the odd time, yeah, but even on the bricks, some of them I was able to play through and win. So, there is that, and that's our rookies. 11 level 4s. 4 blocker, because it's a blocker, 4 Dark Tyrannomon, because it costs 1 to evolve, and 3 of the Greymon that give you plus 1 security inheritable. This comes in super clutch. We'll talk about it a little bit later. This card, because of this, ended some games a lot quicker than they should have ended, to be real. So, great card. Might play 4 of it, but don't know where I would cut to find room for a 4th one. So we got 11, and this lineup worked just fine. Now, we played 9 level 5s. We played the level Wargreymon as a 4 of. We played Groundramon as a 4 of. It's very important, in my opinion, that you play 4 of this one, because if you do brick and you don't draw any level 3s, you can play this for 5. It's the cheapest on play that's not a rookie, tied with the Greymon and the blocker in the level 4 slot. So having 4 of these just to be able to drop turn 1 if you've got nothing else going on, it puts in work, and it did. You know, sometimes I dropped a Groundramon turn 1, gave my opponent 5, they couldn't deal with it, and then I'd follow up with level 6, potentially even an Omnimon in the same turn. Absolutely insane. So very good to have. And this is really good, does some early damage at 8,000. Good stuff. Our last level 5 is a Wargreymon on play elite blockers. Now, this is where I want to have a conversation, because round 7 I lost 2-1 to a Shine Greymon deck. In game 3, I would have won if I drew a level 5. I had 3 level 4s on the field, but instead of having 3 level 4s on the field at the end of the turn, I could have had 2 level 4s maybe, or a level 4 and level 3, and I would have been able to go into a level 5, go into a Blitz Greymon, and go into an Omnimon in the same turn, and I would have straight up won the following turn. There was nothing he could have done about that because his breeding area was empty. He wouldn't have been able to Shine Greymon, and that was really as simple as that. However, I didn't draw level 5 and I lost. So it kind of burns that that's the reason why, because I couldn't just draw level 5 to win the freaking game. That being said, I was having issues throughout the tournament drawing level 5s, believe it or not, when I needed to. As opposed to everything else in the deck, it was level 5s for some reason, and there are 9. And, you know, that wasn't the only game it cost me. I did lose to Red Omnimon at some point because I didn't draw level 5, but I won game 3, and it was okay because I won game 3. So I'm thinking of including a second Wargreymon into the deck, and second Wargreymon specifically because I played against Megazoo and 2 Red Omnimon, and you know, if a Red Omnimon becomes a blocker, this kills it for free. And that's very, very valuable. It's kind of the direction I want to take it. I don't know what to cut though, to be honest. I have no idea. We'll talk about the level 6s, maybe we can cut one of them. Maybe we can cut a Gaia Force, which I know sounds really, really terrible, but let me know what you guys think. If I want to throw in a level 10, or not level 10, if I want to throw in a 10th level 5, let me know what you guys would put in, and what you would take out. And with that, we'll go to level 6s. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay out the level 6s here, so we can have a conversation about the level 6s, because it's easier to talk about it in this case when they're all in front of you, as opposed to just individually. So I played 8. I played 2 of each because they all serve different roles. The Phoenixmon is 2 to evolve. That comes up. The Volcanodramon is a board wipe. That came up. Blitzgreymon is a piercing Digivolve 2 when Digivolving. And the Wargreymon is here because it says it doesn't check security skills on options it checks. Also, the when Digivolving security +1, really cool for the turn. I'll give you guys a few seconds only to guess in your brain which of these was the most valuable card in terms of level 6s throughout the entire tournament. I'll wait a few seconds. Let me know. I don't know. They're all pretty good. I gotta say. But the real MVP today was Wargreymon. This went into the deck as a second copy. Usually I always play 1. Usually. But I played 2 because of the red-yellow matchup. I wanted to make sure I was prepared for it. And I did play against 1 red-yellow during the tournament, and Wargreymon just ended his day. And it was that simple. What's actually funny is the guy lost to another Red Omnimon before me, which made him X1 at the time. And he said, yeah, I've lost to Wargreymon. And it happened again against me 2 games in a row. So that's really unfortunate. But this card is super valuable. It has the ability to end the game between its Wind Digivolving security +1. If you can get like Greymon underneath it too. If you can get a tie on the field, we do play the Tamer Tai Kamiya, this one. You know, you're swinging for 3-4 security. And then you just have, if you have something else on the field, like a little freaking rookie or whatever, and you clear 4 securities, that's all I have left. You know, unless this dies to a check, which happened once, I think, during the whole tournament, you win by having another body on the field. You just straight up win. Or in the case of, you know, red-yellow, if you can't, like, game them, one game specifically, game 1, what happened is I drew a rookie, a Groundramon, this, and 2 Omnimons in my opening hand. I evolved the rookie. I couldn't do anything else. I played the Groundramon for 5. On the next turn, I was able to evolve the Groundramon because he didn't kill it, evolve it into Wargreymon, attack because I had 3 security, and then I turned it into an Omnimon immediately to kill the creature he put on the field. And then he couldn't kill the Omnimon, so the next turn I just swung with the Omnimon, returned this, and I had it again for when I could play it again. And I did it again when I played the next Omnimon. And it was just kind of abusive. I would only poke with Wargreymons and Omnimons, because Omnimon is too big to run into enemies Digimon, and Wargreymon just nullifies Gaia Forces and stuff. Really, really good card. And against any matchup in general, I played against Blue Imperial Dramon at one point, and I swung with this for game. I didn't have to worry about a Hammer Spark or Cockatous Breath as that guy was playing. Nothing like that. It's just safe. I played against Red Rhinolord. I could attack for game, not worry about Gaia Force. This card is super valuable. And if red-yellow does take off, which I think it will, the play might be to drop something else here, play a 3rd copy. Maybe not a 4th copy, I don't know. But this card, this was the real winner today. This card was just the best level 6 in the deck. The level 6s that actually underperformed were the Blitzgreymon and the Volcanodramon. I didn't get a lot of value off of my Volcanodramons or my Blitzgreymons. So if you guys are looking for things to maybe cut, you can cut one of these for Wargreymon. I think that Rookie Rush and less aggressive strategies might start to go away a little bit if Control starts to take a place in the meta. And if that happens, Volcanodramon just becomes less useful, right? Maybe keep it as a one-of, but you also have Ultra-Rest in the deck to take care of that as well. So, I don't know. I never had an issue drawing level 6s throughout the entire tournament. It was level 5s. So, I don't know what to tell you about that. But really good lineup. Might have to change for the future, but it is really good. Do recommend. Now, we played 3 Omnimon, and we played 2 Ultra-Rests as our level 7s. They both came up. They were both stellar. They both did what they needed to do. They both came up. They both did excellent work. This board wiped sometimes. This actually killed 2 things at a certain point in time. And just super aggressive. Like, it's what your deck's built around, getting to the Omnimon, right? So, there you go. I wouldn't change this lineup at all. Our final cards are 2 Red Tie. We're playing 2 because I kind of want to see it. If you see it with the Wargreymon, not only is it probably getting an extra security attack from it, but you're guaranteeing you'll be able to evolve onto it, draw, and attack that turn, where you don't get that guarantee if it's not on the field. So I wanted to play 2 just to see it. Having more than one on the field is unnecessary. It never really came up, but, you do want to see it for Wargreymon, so that's why it's there. And we played 2 Gaia Force. This card, it's interesting, because I was drawing this card during the tournament, and there were games where I wasn't even playing it, where I wish it was a Digimon. That being said, though, Gaia Force did also kill things sometimes when I needed to. So I don't know how I feel about the card, to be real. I'll probably keep playing it at 2. I don't think you want to play any more of it right now. It's not a Digimon. It can't accelerate your gameplay. But it is good to have. And that's it for the deck profile. So we're going to talk about the matchups. Alrighty, that's it for the deck. And now we're going to talk about the matchups. Round 1, I lost to Megazoo. Yeah, this was the first time ever losing to that deck. Game 1, I opened multiple Omnimons and couldn't play the game. Game 2, it was a little bit more of a grind fest, but the guy was telling me, yeah, I had the perfect hand and all that. I was like, okay, well, whatever. So that was kind of a depressing way to start. But then round 2, we beat Red Omnimon. Round 3, we beat Blue Imperial Dramon. Round 4, we beat Wargreymon. Actually won one of the games by deck out. That's kind of funny. Round 5 was another Red Omnimon deck. That was a 2-1. Round 6 was Red-Yellow Control, the new 2cc deck going around. And I 2-0'd the guy thanks to Wargreymon. That card is invaluable. Especially when you can recycle it with Omnimons. Really good. And round 7, I lost 2-1 to Wargreymon, where if I would have drawn the level 5, I would have made a level 6 play to destroy his guys, so he couldn't go into Wargreymon, and that would have been it. But I didn't have the evolution, and we came 19th place. Oh, well, we were close to having a top, and we'll get the top next time, I hope. Let me know what you guys think about the deck, what you would do to improve it. Would you play it going forward? I really like Omnimon, don't get me wrong. Next time one of these things comes up, if it's in the set 1.5 meta and things continue as they are, it's probably going to be either Red Omnimon again, or maybe even Wargreymon. I was very close to playing Wargreymon on Sunday, but settled for Red Omnimon because of the Wargreymons. That's all we got, guys, so we'll see you later. Take care.